So, reports have come out over the last couple of days around A, signings on the pitch, but B, signings off the pitch for Leeds United. You might think the transfer window has been and done and gone, and we are stuck with the personnel that are at the club right now. That isn't necessarily the case because we can do whatever we fancy off the pitch, and that is what this video is about. Sorry if you clicked on it thinking that it was about a player, but I think this could arguably be even more important than signing a new player. So, going to get into who Leeds United are potentially looking at signing, why they need to be signed, and what it could ultimately mean for the club going through the rest of the season. But before I do so, pop a like on the video, subscribe, all the fun stuff. Just go ahead and do it. It'd be great. Thank you very much. Anyway, so what Leeds United are looking to sign is effectively someone that can make a big difference to the way that the club operates on the pitch. And specifically, we're looking at set pieces. The club are looking to sign a new set piece coach, according to Graham Smith and a few various other sources. And it's one that makes a hell of a lot of sense. I'm going to take a deep dive into various numbers and all kinds of bits and bobs like that. But it's really something that we kind of need. So, I had a look at the shot creating actions for the season so far for all of the teams in the Premier League. And specifically looking at shot creating actions that are passes from a dead ball situation. So, for example, Manchester United have 9 shots created from dead balls. Palace have 8, West Ham have 8, Burnley 7, Chelsea 7, Sunderland 7, and there's a hell of a lot of teams that have a hell of a lot of shots created from these situations. And then you go down and down and down and down and down and down to nearly the bottom of the list, and you find Leeds United with just 3 shot creating actions coming from dead ball situations, which, when you have a look at things, isn't a good situation to be in, especially when you have a look at our squad. They're quite big boys. So Anton Stack, 6'4", Gudmundsson and Longstaff and Beal and Bornau and everyone is seemingly 6 foot tall or a little bit more, which is arguably what you want to be getting various heads onto. But the fact of the matter is, we've had 3 shots come from dead ball situations. One of them went to Pascal Struijk against Arsenal, which was a very, very good chance. We've got to keep that in mind. But it's not quite good enough, and we need more of them. And that's what a set piece coach can deal with. I'm going to talk about the attacking side that I just have been, and the defensive side in this, but I'm just going to deal with the attacking side first. Because in terms of the attacking side, what we seem to be struggling with right now is getting a little bit of space in the penalty area and getting the opportunity completely unchallenged to just head the ball on target. And it's something that a lot of clubs seem to be able to do that we can't. So if you have a look back at 2018, I know this was a while ago, but there was the time where England did the whole thing where okay, everyone stands in a straight line and then attacks the box by running off in weird directions. That's the kind of thing that comes from a set piece coach and causes big problems. The reason that we had big issues against Arsenal isn't, well, I'll get into that in a moment's time, but it isn't purely because of our own defensive issues from set pieces. No, it's from Arsenal being quite good at doing them. That run from the back post means that your position when the ball comes in is completely unpredictable, and that massively throws the other side off. So all of that adds up to, if we got a bunch of big boys in the box, why are we not making use of them? And at the end of the day, a coach is going to cost you vastly less than a player to add to that pile in the set pieces. And I know that we had Marcelo Bielsa when he was here doing the whole thing where set pieces are unpredictable, don't really train for them, all that kind of stuff. That dynamic has changed vastly in no time at all. In the past few years, where it's become a lot more structured, it's become a game of chess that the 2 different teams of coaches play against each other. And on that note, you need the defensive side as well. And Leeds United this season have conceded 5 goals so far, which, isn't fantastic in the slightest. But if you account for set pieces, and if you say, well, we'll assume that we haven't conceded any from set pieces, we have, but let's work in a fictional world here. Without a 2, Leeds have conceded twice from open play this season, which is a decent number if you have a look at the opposition that we've played against, but it's really damning for the other situations, because Arsenal have had, in terms of passes from dead balls, shot creating actions. 5. Of those 5, we've conceded 2 of them, which shows that our defence really wasn't quite up to snuff for dealing with that. And when you further consider that of the sort of 13 pass dead ball situations, Leeds United have had a total of 13 corners this season. And of those 13, and free kicks that happen in and around the goal mouth, we've only turned 3 of those into shots. That ain't good enough. But defensively, it's not good enough either, because the doors are wide open for a well-drilled side like an Arsenal. Just get ahead on the ball in the box. Suddenly, it's in the back of the net because we've not dealt with it effectively. At the end of the day, a lot of people will have a look at sort of the title and thumbnail of this video and go, yeah, well, it's not the most important arrival, so etc., etc., etc. I genuinely think structural stuff like this can be some of the most important things that you do as a football club, because at the end of the day, if you concede 10 goals more than you should have done from corners in a season, that can be enough to get you relegated. We are working in a very, very tight margin this season, where any points that we do get will be gotten by a goal or two, and any points that we lose out on can be lost by a goal or two. The Premier League isn't the sort of league where every single week you're going to get teams beaten 4-5-0. You're going to get a lot of 1-0s, a lot of 2-1s, a lot of 1-alls. It's going to be a situation where neither side finds it easy to score. And those set-piece situations are an absolute dream for setting yourself apart, scoring goals, especially when you've got a squad that's the size of ours, and defending other chances to score goals, and ultimately picking up points that you wouldn't have otherwise. Even if it's worth 5 to 10 points this season, which it might not be, but it could be. I think Leeds investing in a very, very good set-piece coach that knows what they're talking about, that has experience of doing this at other clubs, and can ultimately inform our players on what to do in a range of situations, what other sides are going to do, because effectively it's a script. Other sides will run basically a consistent script from their set pieces, and we just need to respond to that. And if we've got a set piece coach that is able to do so, then I think that puts us in a significantly better position to survive the season. And I hope that we do, because that would be quite nice. I would like us to be able to stay up, because sometimes it feels like we make things incredibly difficult for ourselves. And I think the fact that we don't have a dedicated set piece coach at the moment is a little bit not good. So let's fix it, shall we? Anyway, this was just a quick video that I've recorded at like 11 p.m. It's available for channel members from basically the moment I record it. So if you want to be a channel member, it's $2.99 a month, and you get a bunch of videos and stuff like ahead of time. It's lovely. It's cool. Yay. Like the video if you enjoyed it as well. Comment if you haven't and you have a specific opinion on this, or subscribe if you've not done that yet either. I'm trying to get to like 7,500 relatively sharpish. And yeah, hope you all enjoyed. And I will see you all later. Toodaloo. I wish I had a set piece coach. Imagine if you got a guy that's like getting out of bed and he's just like, no, you make a run here now, and then your day's going to be fine. God, that'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Is that how that works? Probably not. Ta-ra.